Okay, so this is the second time I'm recording this crap. So, first, Izuku's quirk is going to be called Reload on Fire. And that's what the what if is going to be. What if Deku had a quirk? It's also going to be a mix of Reload on Fire and Shido's power. Shido Itsuka's powers. And all of the Date Alive characters. No, not all. Hold on. I'll show you which ones. Give me. Okay, so Toka, Yoshino, Kurumi, Kitori, Kaguya, Yuruzu, Miku, Natsumi, and Origami, excuse me, are all going to be here. I need to look who Natsumi is, because I honestly forget. Oh, she's the witch one. I remember now. Okay, cool. Cool. I didn't remember, honestly. I don't know why, but I honestly forgot. Okay. Let me go back here. So yeah, Shido is going to be able to... not Shido. Oh my god. Izuku is going to be able to use all of this. Soundophone, Zakiel, Zakdiel, Zakdiel, Zofkiel, Camiel, Raphael, Gabriel, you know what? Never mind. Natsumi is not going to be in here. I'm sorry. For any of you that like Natsumi, I'm sorry. She's not going to be in here. But Origami is. No. And the one person that hasn't watched Date Alive, you know who you are. You know. You saw what Natsumi looks like. Go watch. It's good. Okay. So yeah. This is going to be after the USJ attack. And I'm going to say All Might and Izuku gave, you know, the Nomu that, you know, the works. You know. They gave him the good... They both teamed up. They gave it the good 1, 2, 3 punch. You know how it is. You know. And it was sent flying. All Might, you know, I'm gonna say his time limit is doubled, so he has 6 hours, and he didn't have to use the plus ultra punch, so his time limit wasn't halved. Yeah. Okay. So while Izuku's walking out, he and Bakugo are cool in this because you know Izuku has a quirk, so. You know, Bakugo, I'm gonna say Bakugo got knocked out, you know, cause, they see Izuku's dad, the Baku squad and the Deku squad see Izuku's dad. Bakugo is sleeping, cause he got knocked out. I'm gonna say the Nomu actually hit him, but All Might and Izuku, I'm gonna say Izuku took the front of the blow, and he stayed awake, but, you know, Bakugo was knocked out, cause of the impact. Anyway, Bakugo and Izuku's father's last name, I'm going to change it to be Itsuka. So, I'm going to say, you know, Izuku's dad wanted to name Izuku Shido. Don't go to sleep, don't go to sleep. Okay, I got nervous. Anyway, so Izuku is, you know, like, Hashirama? I don't remember Izuku's dad's name. Crap. I'm gonna say Izuku's dad says, Izu, my boy. And Izuku, you know, just gets the red and black lightning and he disappears. Like, from everyone's field of view. Even All Might couldn't keep track of this man. I'm gonna say he accidentally tapped into around, like, 5% of Reload on Fire. Which, okay, Reload on Fire basically has... You know, Reload on Fire, I'm going to say Izuku's quirk, Reload on Fire, is going to be split pretty much. 25% is going to be weak, while the other 75% is nearly infinite power because of how much Izuku trained his quirk. So, Izuku's quirk is, he thinks it's called, you know, Firepower, which basically gives him a minor strength, speed, stamina, defense, reflex, you know, all the good stuff, including intelligence. He's smart. He's real smart. But when he says three words, reload on fire. Yep, 3 words. You know, everything that everyone knows about quirks is thrown out of the window. And I'm gonna say Izuku already knows the words, because he accidentally did it while watching an anime. Yes, this is from another anime. I don't remember the name. I think it's called The Undefeated Weakling. Something like that. Something like that. Look it up. It's Gundam anime, I think. Yeah, it's like a Gundam-ish anime. Anyway, Izuku was watching a show and he said, "Whoa, Reload on Fire, that sounds like a cool name." And he actually said it. So his mind immediately just jumps to like 11. And I'm gonna say, at the time, he only had 5 seconds in it. So he already figured out, like, okay, so I know how to, he accidentally did it. So he was like, okay, so pretty much he figured out exactly how long he had in it and how to extend the period, because, so basically, Izuku, so he figured out he can extend the time limit to at least an hour, and I'm gonna say, before they did the the double plus ultra punch, pretty much, Izuku muttered under his breath, "Reload on fire," which pretty much maxed out his ability. And I'm gonna say, he's trying to contain his power to keep it down, because he extended it to at least an hour. But the moment he heard his dad's voice, he's like, he's just kind of, something in him got really mad. So I'm gonna say that immediately Izuku just kind of, snapped and then just vanished. And then we're gonna cut back to, the current time, where his dad's currently implanted 5 feet into a wall. Only his, from his shins down to his ankles are sticking out of the wall. Aizawa runs over there and is like, "Problem child, why did you do that?" And he says, Shut up, Aizawa. He deserved that, and more for what he did." And Aizawa was like, "Okay, you're not giving me much to work on here, so could you explain what's going on?" Izuku's like, "Oh, I don't have time for that." He says, "Old man." Izuku screams, "Old man, I know you're still alive." And he's like, Izuku's dad climbs out of the wall. He's like, "Wow, you hit a lot harder than I remember." And Izuku backhands him again, sending him straight towards All Might. And he accidentally hits All Might. And then All Might gets a good look at him. He's like, "Where do I know you from?" Because All Might does know him, because I'm going to say, there's a #1 pro hero for every continent. So yeah, he's the #1 pro hero for North America. There's someone for South America. There's someone for Asia. There's someone for Russia, Europe, Japan. I'm just gonna say it's his own thing. And hardly anyone lives in Australia, so I doubt there were any villains in Australia. I'm sorry, Australia. I'm sorry for anyone who lives in Australia. I'm sorry. Y'all have enough forest fires. I didn't mean to burn y'all like that. That was good. I'm patting myself on the back for that one. That was a good one. And I mean, it just kind of came out. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Not really, but anyway. So, All Might's like, "Wait a minute. You're Blast." And he's like, "Holy crap, you're All Might." And Blast looks at Izuku and is like, "Izu, why didn't you tell me one of your teachers was All Might?" Like, what the heck, boy? I'm just gonna say he occasionally calls him boy for funniness sake. And Izuku's like, "Can it? I'm not talking to you. Why are you here? I'm not gonna talk to you. You know not to come. I know you only come to me when you want or need something. So what do you want? Want me to do something? What is it this time? Oh wait, let me guess. You want me to marry some random girl that you found that has a powerful quirk and her family agreed to it or something?" And he's like, "Yep, you know me so well." And everyone's like, "What is going on?" Everyone is so confused. They're like, "Okay, slow this down." So, you're Blast, the #1 pro hero in America. Kirishima's like, okay, slow this down. He's like, you're the #1 pro hero in America. You know, Izuku's, and Blast says, yep. And he looks at Izuku, and he says, that's your dad. And he says, unfortunately. And then Kirishima, everyone just like, okay, how come you never told us? And he's like, because I didn't feel the need to. I hate the guy. And he's like, and Todoroki's like, I understand. And then he just, he just casually walks to the bus. Everyone's like, what? Sorry, hold on, I'm doing something. Okay, sorry about that. So anyway, I'm gonna say Izuku is like, yeah, you and Endeavor, right? And he's like, yep, you've guessed it. So Izuku pretty much says, okay, so question, I hope you realize I'm never going to do anything you tell me to, right, old man? And I'm gonna say, he's like, well, you have no choice. This time, at least. And Izuku says, well, I had a choice all the other times you said that, so I'm gonna say no. Because I'm gonna say you can't legally force your child to marry someone, even if it's for, like, business purposes. Both people have to agree. And I'm gonna say, there was a whole bunch of companies with daughters that wanted to combine with Blast's company. Because I'm gonna say he owns, the Fraxinus. From Data Life. You don't know what that is? It's a giant ship. It's a gigantic company with nearly infinite resources. So I'm gonna say everyone wants to wants to work with them. So I'm gonna say, like, 8 of the major companies. Like, hey, you have a son, we have daughters. One of the major companies, one of the companies was like, alright, I have a daughter, you have a son. Can we, And I'm gonna say Izuku's never met the Data Life characters, although when his business was starting out, Blast's business was starting out, I'm gonna say that he was trying to marry Izuku off real quick. So if I didn't say it already, yeah, Izuku's gonna have Shudo's powers, and all of their daughters are technically gonna be spirits. So Izuku, pretty much says no for the last time. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna say Bakugo does wake up, and Izuku calls him Katsuki, and Bakugo's like, ugh, he was here, wasn't he? And everyone's like, who are you talking about? And he says, his dad. And everyone's like, oh, you know him? So why didn't you tell us? And he's like, Izuku doesn't like to talk about him. He's the reason his mom died. And yeah, Inko's dead. I'm sorry. Best Anime Mom of the Year award. But, yeah, she's gonna be dead for this, whatever. So, I'm gonna say it's the next day. Izuku's waking up. He's in a better mood because, I'm gonna say, like, everybody cheered him up. I'm gonna say they live at the dorms already. And Izuku's like grinning ear from ear because he's like, heck yeah, I don't have to deal with that fool no more for a while. And then he hears a knocking at his door. And then he's like, alright. And he was about to say, hold on, I'm coming, when he gets a call. He's like, oh, it's Kirishima. Wait, then if it's not Kirishima, then who's on my door? Because no one else comes to try and wake Izuku up. Because everyone else who tries got punched into the next millennium. Just because. Anyway, he's like, hey, there's like these 8 girls standing outside your door. And Izuku's like, God, that idiot. And he's like, alright, Kirishima, can you meet me outside my window? And he's like, dude, you live on the 3rd story. And Izuku says, yeah, I know. That's why I'm going to need you to carry me to class, because I can't regenerate my legs that quick. Kirishima's like, alright, I'm on my way down. He grabs a few people, he's like, alright, you need to come help me. And they're like, what? What are we doing? Alright, that's gonna be it for this time, guys. Bye-bye! Actually, I think I can squeeze it in. Maybe. I'll have to see if I can post a 20-minute long video. Anyway, so Izuku, jumps out of his window, his legs are broken, he's like, ah! And he just kind of tries to hold back screams of pain. So, I'm gonna say Kirishima and, like, Denki, Sero, I'm gonna say, Momo, and possibly, if y'all want it, female Todoroki, because if it's not female Todoroki, just normal Todoroki comes up, and like, holy crap, Izuku, what happened? And he's like, my dad. And he's like, okay, we're gonna need a little more context. And Kirishima says his dad probably hooked him up with a marriage, so he jumped out of his window to avoid the girls that were outside of his door. And they're like, okay, little more context. There were 8 girls outside my door that my dad probably wanted me to marry, so I avoided them by jumping out of a window. They're like, how were you alive? And Izuku says, I have no idea. Oh my god. I'm having way too much fun with this. And he gets dragged to class. I'm gonna say, Kirishima, like, Momo creates, well, okay, whatever. Izuku, like, Momo creates, some sticks, because I'm gonna say there's no sticks in UA. And, one of those, like, medical bed things that, you're carried on if you go to the hospital. I'm gonna say Sero kind of fixed his legs, like reset them, and Izuku's screaming inside, like, this hurts so much! Jesus Christ, I didn't remember how bad it was to get my legs reset. Because I'm gonna say it happened before, don't question why. So, Izuku pretty much says, alright, 2, 1A! And I'm gonna say that he already convinced Todoroki to use his fire side. So Todoroki's like, burning and freezing his legs at the same time, kind of like keeping them at a decent temperature, so he's, I don't know, so they don't get infected, I guess? I don't know. To, try and help the bones heal or something? I don't know. I'm gonna say, Kirishima and Kaminari, they're like, you gotta be the guys who carry him. And they're like, why us? And Izuku's like, I swear to God, the moment my legs are fixed, if y'all ain't carrying me to 1A, I'm gonna be breaking some skulls. And Kaminari is like, okay. Kirishima's like, you can't really break my skull. And Izuku says, I've been holding back. And then everyone's like, oh. Everyone gets scared. Everyone that's there is like scared. And then they're just like, okay, yep, we're going now. So that's what I'm going to be leaving off for this time, guys. I swear to God, if I'm not going to be able to post an 18-minute long video, I'm going to be very upset. So that's all for this time, guys. Bye-bye.